Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Center for the Less Good Idea and to this evening's open moment. So the open moment is a format that falls under the SO Academy here at the Center, and it really is what its title suggests. It's a moment of opening up a process to an audience. Whether that process be a workshop process that people have been in over a number of days that we open the doors on so that you can have insight into what's been happening in that process, or a process of creative research, of investigation and exploration and play. This evening's open moment has three distinct parts to it. The first two parts that we'll witness are a sharing of the initial steps or beginning explorations of two artists, Nhlanhla Mahlangu and Thulani Chauke, who are about to embark on a residency in Miami with the Miami Light project, and that'll take place in November. That whole project has been made possible with thanks to the friends of the Less Good Idea, and in particular to Valerie Dillon and Dan Lewis. So what this means is both Thulani and Nhlanhla, who are working on their own works and their own investigations, will be going on this residence program, and so we've given them some space and some time for the incubation of the ideas that they're going to be exploring further in the residency. They will then, over the course of 2025 and 2026, have the opportunity to really grow those works, both here at the Center and in Miami, into fully fledged works. So what you're about to witness today are really those nascent ideas and thoughts that are beginning to take shape and take form. This is a traveling program, so the first installment will be Thulani's work in this space. We're then going to ask you to move, and we'll guide you to move upstairs with us to the other space. It's called the other space because it's over there, where we will be with Nhlanhla Mahlangu. And then we're going to come back via the bar, so you can grab a drink or a glass of water. But it's not a long interval because it's a long and exciting program. When we come back from Nhlanhla, we're going to have the third component, which my colleague Neo Muyanga will introduce you to more fully later, but it is the Step Afrika component of our program. So I ask you now at this stage to please make sure that your cell phones are switched off. And I'm going to welcome Pala Okeditse Pala onto the stage, who has been thinking alongside Thulani as both a dramaturg and director. Have a wonderful evening.
Good evening, everyone. This work that we are exploring is called Swan Lake. It references Swan Lake. And like in the Swan Lake, Prince Siegfried, who was on a hunting trip and found love, Thulani Chauke invited me, onto this hunting trip together. So we are hunting for something that we have not found yet. We've found elements of it. At a young age, Thulani grew up as a boxer, and then later on he fell in love with ballet. So just like Siegfried falls in love with Odette, and Odette who can who takes a human form between midnight and daybreak, Thulani also has this peculiarity of identity, because he's this identity dilemma, because he grew up Zulu and Xhosa, but he's Tsonga. He grew up Chauke, but he's a Khadebe. So these are some of the elements that we are drawing from Swan Lake, and we call it Swan Lake, as a way of how Thulani arrives at some of these things quite late on his life. So this journey, we're not alone in trying to find what sits at the shadows of identity. We are traveling in this journey with cinematographers, Bukosi Bake Koza and Noah Cohen, and also with lighting designers Matthews Pala and Tembam Timkulu. So what you're going to witness now is us finding the journey of what sits in the shadow and what those shadows are. So let's go on the hunt together. ubukhosi bakhe.
Chauke, Mabasa, Nhlanhla, Shinyori. Shinyori, Mabasa, Chauke, Nhlanhla, Chauke, Mabasa, Shinyori. Shinyori, Chauke, Mabasa, Nhlanhla. Chauke, Mabasa, Nhlanhla. Shinyori, Chauke, Mabasa. Mabasa, Chauke, Shinyori. Shinyori, Chauke, Mabasa, Nhlanhla. Signore. Chauke, Mabasa. Chauke, Mabasa, Signori, Chauke, Mabasa, Nhlanhla Chauke, Mabasa, Signori Chauke, Mabasa, Nhlanhla Chauke, Mabasa, Signori Chauke, Mabasa, Nhlanhla. Pa.
Look at him.
Pa. Pa.
Thulani, look at your father.
Chauke.
Look at your father.
Pa.
Look at your father.
Pa.
Yes.
Pa. 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 Chauke. 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 Pa. 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 Chauke. As I think good, if we can try and play with shadows. Like if I can try and trace my shadows. Doesn't, yeah, nice one. Yeah, I want to lay sharply. Because nginikeza into yokuthi ngikhona ukuthi thank you. Good. 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 Ah.
Go back, Buko. Sure. Wait until Thulani has found his rhythm as a boxer. Zayn, can you get us that song that you were making with Neo? Go, Buko. The second shadow is there. Yes, play the one you did with Neil. Yeah. Yeah, work with that shadow. Find the stillness in your working. Move Move a little bit to the back. There. Okay, cut the music. Ebuko. How are you feeling? Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay, can we try the small Thulani? I find the small Thulani. Let's try that out. When you are ready, Buko. If you're on the other side, there's a small, Thulani inside the book, but you can't see it from that side. Yeah, you can go back, Thulani, to just show the audience that side. Go all the way back, all the way back, all the way to the wall, so that they can be able to see that small Thulani in the book. Then it's now left on the socks. Let's play with you eating the Thulani. Missed him a little bit. There he is. Yeah. So this is one of the moments that, Thulani was speaking to when we were trying to find this shadow. It was about him being, feeling small as a dancer who could not, become the danseur, which is the male version of the ballerina, that he was trying to be, because he a lot of times, he did a lot of boxing, so there was a stiffness in his body that could not achieve certain, ballet training. Let him be between your legs. Let's see. He says, as somebody who stutters, a lot of times he finds himself so little and small because of how that kind of trait, makes him feel. Yeah. Okay, that's enough. Let's find something else. Yeah. Yeah. Let's play. We titled this one, near the technique, coming from the Swan Lake, near the lake. But this one is basically near the technique because the proficiency of the technique is not there. So we're trying to find it. So let's play with this. Whenever you are ready, Buko. Thulani. It's a dancer, not a contemporary dancer, not MIT stuff. Straight hand. Yes. Sure. This is not a diss to MIT. No, he received training at MIT. Straight. It's you are a dancer. Like everything has to be angles. Yeah. Oh God. The shape of the hand. Better. one of the things that we discovered when we were shooting the shadows was that if you move very quickly, because one of the ways that we found the shadows was to blast the back wall and shoot Thulani in front of that back wall as a silhouette. So we found that every movement that is made quick makes the light, makes some of the limbs disappear. If you look at the stick of the instructor, it disappears at some points. But we then, asked ourselves what that could mean for us about that, slight light disappearance, because shadows are made about, absence of light. So what does it mean to have, no light in your life, no light in certain moments? What does the interpretation mean? So this is the journey of us finding, those shadows without us questioning them, but trying to learn from them as we continued. We are right at the beginning, of this exploration where we are finding things, we are finding height, we are finding how the projector works, and what can or can't work in the work. So instead of us, going into questioning and trying to dictate to the shadows what happened, is like, what can we find together with the shadows, together with Vusi Mdoyi and Noah, in terms of duplicating, the shadows and finding, the multiple shadows. And also understanding that Thulani, in front of the light, he casts a shadow and he himself is a performer. What does that do and what does that mean? Anything you want to say, Tools?